Greetings, everybody, and welcome to Module 6. This is a couple of days late. I hope you will extend to me a courtesy that I'm extending to everyone in this class. Give me a little space, all right? I usually send these weekly announcements out Sunday or Monday at the latest. It is Thursday. I am 4 days behind, and I am your professor, all right? And I'm ashamed of that, frankly. But these times are insane, okay? And several of us in this classroom have been personally affected by them. Either, the pandemic or the fires. So I just want us all to just cut ourselves a little bit of slack, okay? Take a breath. If you can breathe it. I'm standing outside, but the air seems to be a little cleaner today. But seriously, several of you have asked me, and you've given me, you don't really need to give me the stories. I believe your stories, and I'm pretty much I'm giving extensions on pretty much everything right now, all right? This is an unprecedented shitstorm, for all of us, but for some of us in class, this is really hit home, a lot of these struggles. So the last thing you need to worry about is a deadline for this class, okay? And I say that because we're about to get into the midterm push, which most classes have, and I do. For Module 6, October 4th is a big deadline for this class. Ideally, if you could get everything up through Module 6 done by October 4th, that'd be great. But if you can't, no worries, okay? Work with me one-on-one. Remind me, I gave you extensions and stuff, but, and the people who really need extensions are directly contacting me. I'm not giving a blank check to everybody. I do want to hear from you, But I'm telling the class as a general rule, I'm not holding, deadlines against everybody for the most part. Aside from the midterm, because it opens on the 28th of September. It closes on October 4th. It's really complicated if I need to do that in the future. But I'm telling you right now, I will do that. If that's really a critical need. If some people are completely displaced right now and can't work on the course, on a case-by-case basis, I'll try to figure something out with you. But furthermore, and the other thing you can see, I'm behind in grading. I just graded Module 1's discussion, and I'm doing a different thing with grading right now. Some of your weekly posts I'm deeply reading, and the other ones I'm reviewing. So on each student, I might grade 3 of their papers, 3 of their week's worth of work, and really read one, more loosely read another, really read the next one, so that you're all getting some, in-depth feedback from me. But I'm behind on that too, and I admit that, and I'm sorry. And I would never hold that against you. If I wouldn't give you all bad grades. It's like, why didn't you email me about these bad grades earlier? I'm pretty flexible about that. If you wanted to redo something, you can contact me back. On those discussion boards, I do want to point something out. I use Turnitin. It's automatic, and so they automatically get flagged for me if you've taken a bunch of text from somewhere else and just pasted it into the discussion board, okay? So it's really easy for me to spot some confusion, is what I'm calling it right now. And I've contacted a couple of you about that. The other technical term that it's called is plagiarism, which is extremely improper in higher education. You could get thrown out of the university for plagiarizing. So do be mindful of that. Google Turnitin if you don't know what I'm talking about, but so on your discussion boards, really try to, keep these into your own words. The rule is if you're using more than 3 words of somebody else and you're not citing them and quoting them, it's academic theft. So, all right. Anyway, this Module 6 is about colonialism. Oh, another technical thing. If you're using edition 3 of the book rather than the edition 4, it's at this point that our chapter numbers start shifting, okay? So now chapter 6 in the new book, the new edition is colonialism, but in the third edition, it's like chapter 12 or something. So that's the only movement that they did. So everything else in the book is going to be the same, so then after that, chapter 7 will actually be chapter 8. Chapter 8 will be actually chapter 9. This is the only, they just took chapter 6 or 12, put it up to 6, and pushed the others down one. But again, if you have the fourth edition, it does not matter. So this, we're doing a little of a change in course right now. Also, for the module 6, that's your big term paper, okay? It's really not that big of a paper. I just say term to make it sound more scary or something, but that is the biggest writing assignment for the entire course. Most of your weekly module writing things I have you do are around 10 points each. This one's worth 30. So it's relatively more impactful on your grade. I don't know the exact mathematical thing on me, but I'm working from a cue card right now. The lighting's better out here. Let's see, chapter. Yeah, no, that was everything. Colonialism is a big deal because we're still colonizing in many different ways. I mean, we're not sending troops to banana republics anymore to keep the bananas cheap, but there's a big thing called post-colonialism, and so how are the richer, more powerful countries still dominating the poorer, less powerful countries? So this chapter, this is why they moved this chapter up, so that to make sure that everyone reads it. And it is an important part of our history to know, right? Because if you're an American, you're a colonizer in many senses. Even if, you came here late and, my grandparents were Irish immigrants, uneducated, everything, but I'm now a colonizer, as it were, in the sense of relationships between smaller, poorer countries and richer, more powerful countries. And understanding the history of it is a little safer than talking about what's going on today with us. So that's the power of this chapter. The term paper is going to invite you to get deep into that a little. So you might want to look at the term paper requirements before you do the chapter, because then that might motivate you to read a little more of the chapter, because it'll help you, build your term paper thing. And like I said, for the some of you out there who are really struggling with deadlines and everything, I'll extend the deadline of the term paper for you guys. I don't really want to do that with the midterm. I forget what it is, 30 multiple guess questions. It might be more. It's open for a long time, at least an hour, I think. And so it is open book as well. The midterm is open book. I'm not going to try to get you guys to do the honor code. No, I understand that some of you will open book, and so I want you all to feel the freedom to have the open book open while you're taking the midterm, okay? That is how I designed this assessment, and that's totally okay? The other thing, I want to have a Zoom meeting next week also, an office hours, Zoom or whatever. I'm open. You can text me all the time. Some of you still do, and I'm happy you do, because like for the last 3 days, I haven't even checked my email, 4 days, which is why I'm kind of behind again. But again, my number, 332-3530. Right? It's on the syllabus, 332-3530. Text me. All of my students text me. It's a Google Voice number. It's not my real number. But that you will get an immediate answer when you text me like that. If it's a small question, hey, can I have an extension on this? The other thing the babies film. Some of you were having trouble with the babies film. Some of you solved those troubles, which was good. If you could share how you solved that in the discussion board in class, that would help. I'm not sure if people still are having troubles, because again, I got behind on email, but of course, if you can't get the darn movie, an extension on your comments on the movie for the Module 5 discussion is of course okay. So no worries there. And like I said, next week I'll formally have like a Zoom, a question and answer. Maybe I'll have 2 slots or 3, one in the morning, one in the afternoon. If people are anxious about either the paper or the midterm, so then we can discuss it as a group of people. but I can say that the midterm is just items that came out of the textbook. When I bought the textbook, it came with a huge bank of questions, right? And so I pull from there, and it randomly assigns for this actual test. So if I give this test again next year, it's going to be a different random assignment from a pool of 300 items to this test. And of course, there's going to be one or two questions that are going to be crappy, that are going to be psychometrically marred. I used to teach educational psychology, and we can discuss that after. You can say, that was a crappy test, and I'll give, 2 points for free or something on the test, 2 or 3 items, because that happens every time. So don't get freaked out about it. Take a screenshot and say, this is a bullshit question. Sorry, pardon my French. En fait, je parle français. Mais pas français. Sorry, I'm being a butthead now. My heart goes out to all of us. It goes out to me because I got behind, because of part of this insanity. It goes out to you because you're getting behind and part of this insanity. I've got a daughter at City College who's the age of some of you guys. This is not what my college experience was at all, and I'm sorry about that. But the worst thing you could do is drop this class, okay? Because I want you to get this lower division general education requirement. If at least you get a C, I will drag you across the finish line if I have to. I really want everybody to finish this course out, all right? Because in the long run, it's important to get your lower division general education done, okay? All right, this has gotten too long already. Sorry.